Hey everybody, welcome to tonight's pour. Now, tonight's pour is going to be a car themed painting. It's also a commission piece. So I had somebody reach out to me on my Facebook page, also Holiday Paintings, 2 L's in Holiday. I always say that because I have friends I've known for over 50 years that still spell my name with 1 L. So, but anyway, she reached out to me and wanted me to do a car painting for a specific car, and she ended up getting the car herself. So I met her. She works as well in the same town I work in, so I ran by there after work and picked it up from her. Met her at her work, and so the car is going to be a 2020 Chevy Corvette. Look at that thing. Nice looking car. So I know she didn't really have, any specifics on how to paint this, but I've decided to go with she did say he loves red. And so I decided to go with a red background with some flames on it. And so the red is actually Artist Loft red. It's just my big bottle. And then the orange is Master's Touch orange. The yellow is actually Master's Touch. I think it's a lemon yellow. And then of course I'll probably use some white and some black, and those two are both Artist Loft as well in the big jugs. So all I've got to do is adjust the camera because I have already mixed the paint and I have the red down on the canvas already. So let me adjust this and we can get started. All right, as you can see, I've got the red down. So I think I'm going to start with some black on the bottom. I always say to use the darkest color, and black is the darkest color. I want to use a lot though. Not a lot. So then, since we already have red, I don't really need any more red. See, so it's the same color red. So we're going to do with some orange on there. We're going to go with some yellow. And just a little white on the outsides. All right, give this a quick torch. Pop some bubbles right there. Get the old hair dryer out. We'll give it a good torch. We're gonna get our little stick, start making our little okay. Let me move my chair. Sorry, I don't normally sit doing this, but been having a little bit of lower back pains, so I wanted to, it's a little sore bending over. That's a big something in there. All right, I think that's good enough. So we have the car here. So we'll just set it right in there. A good piece of flaming out on this car. All right, this has dried. I sent a picture to the client with the car on it, and she loved it, so it's a go. And so I've got the back taped. This is a 10 by 20 canvas, and we are going to use Pro Marine resin, 7 ounces, 3.5 of the hardener, and 3.5 of the epoxy. And of course I measure it with the measurements on the side of the cup right there, and it makes it very easy to get the right amount of each component. And of course I found how many ounces to use for a 10 by 20 canvas on Art Resin Calculator. You go on there, the website, you can type in any size canvas. It just has a thing for the width and the length. You type that in and it will hit calculate, and it will tell you exactly how much resin. It gives you the total amount. You do have to split that in half. So you have to do a little math. I was not too bad at math. The calculus and all that stuff, I wasn't the greatest at, but adding and subtracting I was pretty quick. A lot of it I can do in my head. Whoops. I know when I was a manager of a pizza chain, we had to do inventory every week on all of our food, and so we took our ending balance, say like of cheese. We use a lot of cheese in the pizza industry, so we would have the ending from the last week's, our ending amount that we had from the last week's inventory, the prior week's inventory, and then we would add in any cheese that we got in, which, if I remember right, because this was, I think I finally left that job in '96, so it's been 26 years. I think we got it in 25-pound boxes of cheese, of shredded mozzarella cheese. I believe that's what it was. So we would add in all the cheese that we received in on our weekly shipment that we got, and then we would count what we have, and that would be the ending. And of course you subtract those two, and that's your usage, and then we would do how much per pound, and that would give us, and we'd times that, and that would give us how much money we spent on cheese alone. And then of course we added all those figures up, and we actually got a percentage of our food costs, and we broke it down between pizza, I think it was salad, because we had a salad bar, pasta, and sandwiches, because we had sub sandwiches. I think that's all the food costs we had. Pop. We did that pop. But anyway, I used to be able to do a lot of those figures in my head without using a calculator. But I did use a calculator quite a bit as well, and I'm pretty quick at putting numbers into a calculator.
job today, I'm on a computer and I do type in a lot of numbers, so I'm pretty quick on a lot of numbers. But anyway, all right. And if you want to know which pizza chain I work for, it was a franchise. The roof was the same color as this, red, and they call them red roofs, but kind of a hut looking thing. But the franchise, the owner of our franchise owned, I think he owned like 70 some restaurants, Pizza Huts. Yes, it was Pizza Hut. And he actually, because it started in Wichita, Kansas, originally. And he actually owned the 16th Pizza Hut ever in the company. And he owned them in Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, and Montana and Wisconsin. Not Wisconsin. Yeah. Wyoming. That's what it was. Not Wisconsin. Wyoming. So I think I had been in pretty much every one in I had been to each of them, I believe, in Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. But I didn't make it to any of them in the Montana or Wyoming. I thought we were going to be able to go up one time, and it didn't happen. But it was not that I ran 4 different ones for them in Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. 2 in Kansas, 1 in Oklahoma, 1 in Texas. I enjoyed it thoroughly, but it was time to move on. So that's what I did in '96, and later on in that year, I ended up moving back out here. That's the year I moved back out here to Indiana, and that's the same year that I started work where I'm currently working now. It was December 2nd of 1996 when I started, and today is actually December 5th, so I had my 26-year anniversary just last Friday. So, and I was just making sure that's not something in the resin. I was with Pizza Hut for, I think, 12 years, and I was a manager for them for 10. So I guess I pretty much stay with my companies that I like to work for. So anyway, so that's a little story, a little history on me, at least my work history. A majority of it anyway. I have had some other jobs. Some interesting jobs, different jobs. When I was younger, I worked in a nursing home as a janitor when I was in high school. I worked for a roofing company. I worked in a video arcade place. I was a DJ at a skating rink. What else have I done? Oh, I was a termite inspector for orc and pest control. I worked at McDonald's. I worked at Walmart. All right. I spent 2 weeks selling vacuum cleaners. Well, that was a terrible job. All right, so this is all, got all the air bubbles out. So we're going to place the car in here. Set it right there. Right there. And there we have it. So let me know what you think of this video. Hey, if you want to leave a comment on some weird places you've worked, go ahead and do that. It'd be interesting to hear what some of the places you all have worked. If you like this, hit the like button. I'm getting it's really not wanting to stay on that edge. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to that. It doesn't cost anything. It'll help me out, and we would greatly appreciate it. And of course, as always, thank you for watching.